Para for dictation, 5 seconds to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Supreme Court examined the validity of sub-rules introduced under the Bihar registration rules in 2019, which empowered the registering authorities to refuse the registration of documents transferring property such as sale or gift deeds if the seller could not provide proof of mutation, including documents like a Jamabandi or holding allotment. Full point. The court struck down these sub rules as ultra virus and arbitrary for three reasons. First, the rules went beyond the powers granted to the Inspector General of Registration under the Registration Act. Second, by making the sellers produce proof of mutation as a precondition for registering a document. The rules effectively demanded evidence of title. This was held to be contrary to the object of the Registration Act. It curtailed the ability to freely transfer property, thereby significantly impacting the constitutionally protected right to property. Full point. Third, with the Bihar Mutation Act and the Bihar Special Survey and Settlement Act far from completion, obtaining proof of mutation was virtually impossible. Full point. The court reaffirmed that the registration of a transfer deed is distinct from establishing title or ownership. Full point. The inquiry into questions of title and ownership fails within the scope of civil courts and not registration offices. Full point. The court concluded that the preconditions for registration pertain to the identification of the property and the seller. Full point. References to maps or surveys are made only for this purpose if it is practicable. Full point. The state of Bihar argued that mandatory proof of mutation would ensure the integrity of sale transactions by aligning registration with the actual title. While the court acknowledged the merit in synchronization, it cited the lack of nationwide land surveys since 1950 and insufficient digitization of land records as significant obstacles. Full point. The court observed that until a conclusive titling is integrated with the registration process, it remains the responsibility of constitutional court to strike a balance between individuals' freedom to buy and sell property and the government's obligation to maintain the integrity of property transactions. In June, in K. Gopi versus Sub-Registrar, the Supreme Court had clarified the position of law on registration and title by holding that the sub-registrar is not concerned with the title of the property, as he lacks the adjudicatory power to decide ownership related questions. Full point. Thereby, it struck down a rule framed by the state of Tamil Nadu that empowered sub-registrars to refuse registration of sale deeds on the ground that the seller had not established title or ownership. Full point.